Hello, thank you for watching this video. In this video, I will perform the quick review of the Incapsula web application firewall and test the effectiveness of this solution to protect your public web application. For a quick background, the web application firewalls is a special security solution which is designed to protect your web applications. It should block such common attacks as SQL injections, cross-site scripting, local and remote file inclusions, which are used by the hackers to compromise the integrity of your web applications and also gain unauthorized access to the data. For this demonstration, to test the effectiveness of the solution, we set up the vulnerable web application in our demo environment. So the vulnerable web application is based on the WAF SAP project. So WAF SAP is a special application which contains common web application vulnerabilities such as SQL injections, local and remote file inclusions, cross-site scripting, session misconfigurations, and so on. And it is designed to test the vulnerability scanners and the web application firewalls. So we set up in our demo environment the application, and basically we set up two domain names. One domain name is pointed to directly to the web application, so the traffic goes directly and doesn't go to the web application firewall. The second domain name is pointed to the web application firewall, so all the web traffic is filtered and monitored by the Incapsula WAF. So you can see there is a security seal. So this domain name is pointed to Incapsula, and the other domain name is straight to the web application. So in this case, it's the same web application, but the traffic goes via two different routes. Okay, so as I said, this vulnerable web application has a lot of vulnerabilities, and let's see how they can be exploited to get control of the web applications. So what we'll do, we'll just use the SQL injection vulnerability and see how it can be exploited to get the full control of the web applications. So let's just use as a simple, let's just see a simple test case. So just imagine you have a script which shows some transactions, either it's banking applications or e-commerce applications. So in this case, the script just shows the details of the transaction number 132. As you can see, you can change it, the transaction ID to 131, and obviously this transaction ID doesn't exist. So what we'll do a quick testing if the script is vulnerable to SQL injection. So at the end of the script, we just put the apostrophe, and obviously we get the database error message saying this script can't be executed because there is incorrect syntax. So this simple test definitely shows that the script is vulnerable to SQL injection because it doesn't filter the malicious parameters. So let's see how the script can be exploited to get unauthorized access to the data. What we'll do, we have a special tools. So we have a Kali Linux distribution. So Kali Linux distribution is a special Linux custom image that contains the security tools which are used by professionals, by security professionals, and also by the hackers. So using these tools, we can demonstrate the most common hacking techniques and see how they impact your web applications and your business. So what we'll do, we'll just use the SQL map tool. So SQL map is designed to find the vulnerabilities in the web applications, SQL injection vulnerabilities, and exploit them to get access to the data. So what we'll do, I'll just pass the vulnerable URL to the tool, and basically this tool will test the URL and trying to find if it is vulnerable or not. If it's vulnerable, then we can perform some queries to exploit and get unauthorized access to the data. So as you can see, it says the transaction ID parameter is vulnerable, and it confirmed that the backend database which is used is MySQL 5.0. So in this case, we confirm that the script is vulnerable to SQL injection and can perform some queries at the backend to get some data from the database server. For example, we can identify what's the current user the application is using to connect to the database. So the application user is WAF SAP. So we'll quickly check if this user has the root privileges. Apparently this user doesn't have the root privileges, but it doesn't matter because it's still possible to get the information from the backend database. So let's look at what kind of tables contain the database has. As you can see, the SQL map could identify all the tables at the backend database. So the database name called WAF SAP DB and contains 4 tables. So the user tables looks very interesting. So what we'll do, we'll just dump all the information from this table. So apparently this table just contains usernames and passwords to log into the application. So as we can see, the hackers can use the open source tools. These tools are available to everybody. They are free to download, and these tools can be used to exploit SQL injection vulnerabilities and get access to the backend database. And it basically means the full compromise of your web application. So this application we connected to the application straight without going through the web application firewall. Let's see if the web application firewall can protect the application. So to remind you, so this URL, it connects to the same application, but all the traffic goes through web application firewall. So let's select the same SQL injection test case. And see if let's just do a quick check and see if this script is vulnerable to SQL injection. So again, at the end we just put the apostrophe, but in this case the application didn't show the error message. Instead, the web application firewall blocked the request, which is a good thing. So it detected the attack and blocked the request. So let's pass this script to SQL map and see what happens. So again, so this URL is protected by WAF. So as you see, the behavior, the SQL map behavior is completely different. So it says it couldn't detect any injectable parameters. In this case, it says the get parameter transaction ID is not injectable. So it means the WAF is actually protecting the application and doesn't allow malicious characters to go through. It also, the SQL map SQL map can test if the website is behind WAF. So we just use the parameter check WAF. But in this case, even the SQL map couldn't detect that the WAF is actually in place. Okay, so it means that the web application firewall can actually detect the SQL injection attacks and protect your web application. So if you look at the dashboard, so the Incapsula WAF has a very nice dashboard that shows many different statistics in traffic, attacks, activity logs, and so on. So again, um, I just want to quickly note that the implementation of the cloud web application firewall is very simple. So there is no hardware to install, there is no software to install on your service. So all you need to do is to point the domain name to the Incapsula IP addresses, and all the traffic will be filtered. So in our demo case, we could connect to the web application using two different ways, either going directly or through the web application firewall. In the real life, you point all the traffic to the cloud web application and you just block any direct access to the application. So all the traffic goes through the web application firewall, and it can basically detect the attacks and um, block them. So in this case, if you look at the settings, it says SQL injection block request. So if I say, for example, if I change to alert only, let's change it to alert only and see what happens. Alright, if we say alert only but don't block the SQL injection tag, so let's test the same URL. Okay, might be some time till the settings actually come in place. Let's have a look what's happening in the backend. So if you look at the events, so it actually says that the website was under attack, and it even detected the SQL map. So it confirmed that the web application firewall detected the attack. It detected that the attack was using the SQL map. It detected the source IP address, and you can also um, see the details of the attack if you want to perform the security investigation. So the console is very simple and it's very intuitive. So basically it will help you not only to protect um, your website from SQL injections and cross-site scripting and so on, but also will help you to investigate the security incidents if there was an attack on your website and you need the detailed statistics and logs on what actually happened. So this simple demo shows that the cloud web application firewalls are quite efficient in protecting your web applications and blocking the SQL injection attacks. So well, thank you very much for joining me and watching this video. If you have any questions regarding the web application firewalls, please feel free to contact us and visit our website www.cloudguardian.com.au, or contact us and we'll be able to assist you and answer all the questions. Thank you very much. Have a good day.